All right, everybody. Today, looking at the factors of production. Now, before this, we talked about scarcity. Because you have scarcity, you have to make decisions. Those decisions will kind of manifest themselves in the three economic questions. Since you can't produce everything, what are you going to produce? So, okay, if you know what you're going to produce, the question then becomes, how are you going to produce it? And then the third question is, for whom are you going to be producing these things for? So this, the factors of production, is how you answer the second question, the how are you going to produce it part. And yeah, so, all right, so the first thing is your land. Now, land does not have to be just the physical land that you're on. It's really just anything that's found in nature, for lack of a better term. Sometimes they even call this, if they want to be fancy, the gifts of nature. But so land is naturally occurring resources as well as, again, geographic land. So natural resources, mineral deposits, any useful animals, the actual land itself. It's all up for, it all falls under that category. Labor. Labor is the effort that people contribute to the production of a good or a service. So anybody with the skills. So this is, again, kind of the person with the skill. So a waiter delivering food, an engineer designing something, a pilot flying a plane. Um, if you have a job or when you get a job, whichever category you fall into, you are labor. And then you have your capital. Um, when most people think of capital, they think in terms of money. Um, yes and no. Money is what we would call liquid capital. That's pretty much the liquid capital is the capital you use to buy capital. And capital is any machinery, tools, buildings, anything that humans use to produce goods and services. So it can be a hammer, it can be a forklift, it can be a vehicle, it can be a computer, it can be a pencil, it can be anything. Um, and money, again, does not technically count for this because it does nothing on its own. It has to do something that help you make money. So a dollar can buy a hammer, but a dollar cannot hammer a nail. So that's why we don't really count money in capital and why money kind of has its own definition of just being liquid capital because you use that to actually get the capital that you need. So capital, again, is more physical things that you actually use in and of themselves. And then you have entrepreneurship. Pretty much what an entrepreneur is at least from an economic standpoint, is the person that combines the other factors to create something and earn a profit. Often when people think of entrepreneurs, it is, somebody who opens a business. Totally true. But when somebody is going to open a business, like a burger joint or a hot dog joint or a hardware store, what they're doing is they're taking all the other factors and creating something that can earn a profit and in turn create wealth. Um, so someone like mm, someone that wants to go off and they want to open a hot dog stand. Well, one, they have to have the physical location for it, so they take the land. Then they need the labor, the people that are going to run the hot dog stand. So they hire employees. Then the capital. They got to get, the parts for the hot dog stand. They got to get the hot dogs. They got to get the water or the grill if they're going to grill them. They have to get all the different things together. And that is really what an entrepreneur does. They take all that stuff, create the business, and then use that to make a profit for themselves. They take all three of these things, package it up, give it to the customer, and get paid for it. And yeah, these are the these are the four factors of production. These are the four things that have to be in place. If something does not work, the business will fold. There's a sandwich spot, Shalotsky's, near where I live. They shut down because of the whole Corona thing, and I'm willing to bet the reason why they went under and why a lot of other businesses went under is because there was a breakdown with these four things. Got to have your land, got to have your labor, got to have the capital. Well, land, okay, they may have at the store. The labor, that may be an interesting thing, because what if your employees aren't allowed to come to work because of the commie cough? What if they just can't? It's illegal. Some states, that's the thing. The capital, your resources that you need. How do you get the resources? Where do you get your buns? Where do you get your meat? What if you're about the lettuce? What about the electricity? What about all the things that you need in order to run that business? If any of that gets disrupted, that can cause problems for the business. So the entrepreneur, the person that was there, that ran that sandwich shop, he couldn't combine those four things because of the coronavirus. So the sandwich shop is gone. And that's really kind of how all this stuff works. These four things have to come together. Then they all have to synergize with each other in order for a company to be successful. And I'll just leave it with this right there. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.